Everybody, I'm Steve Carfino bringing you the wrap, and it is finals time, baby. That's right. We're in the Central Coast for the best of the Waratah Championship League. Let's get started. Let's start with championship men. It's Norse versus Bankstown in the first semifinal. Jason Cadee versus Jeremy Hill. Jason Cadee averaging the regular season 27.6 and Jeremy Hill 23.5. I'm going to go with Norse, even though Jason Cadee is a one-man show. Now it's time for our fearless prediction from Charlie the Wonder Dog. The next semifinal is Newcastle versus the Sydney Comets, the defending champs. Justin Hammond averaged 24 points per game, and he's followed with Russell Hinder, usually a double-double waiting to happen. But I am going to go with the defending champion Sydney Comets. They have 6 players who average double figures. Now it's time for our fearless prediction from Charlie the Wonder Dog. Now for championship women. In the first semifinal, it's Newcastle versus Sutherland, who snuck in with an upset victory. But I'm going to go with the very young, fit, quick, and well-balanced attack minor premiers, the Newcastle Hunters. Now, once again, I don't know about my picks, but the dog always seems to come up with the goods. Let's go to Charlie. In the second semifinal, it's Illawarra versus Hornsby. For Illawarra, Renee Garlip has been outstanding all year long, averaging 21.6 per game, and she's partnered up with Rachel Lish, who averaged 10 per game. But the Hornsby Spiders are a well-balanced attack, and Jamie Kennedy is a triple-double waiting to happen. I'm going to go with the Spiders. Now it's time for our fearless prediction from Charlie the Wonder Dog. Okay, Division I men's. It's the Sydney Uni Lions versus Tamworth. The Sydney Uni Lions have 3 players average 15 points or better, but Tamworth coming in with some momentum. They upset Lithgow. In the other semi, Canberra versus St. George. St. George have Luke Davies and the super athletic Shakuk Riak, but I don't know if that'll be enough to get the Canberra Gunners, who are the hot team in Division I. Division I women, Bathurst versus Maitland. Tegan Burke for Bathurst has been outstanding all year long, averaging 28.9 points per game. But Maitland have a well-balanced attack. I'm going to go for Tegan over the well-balanced attack in Bathurst to pull it out. In the other semi, it's Wagga versus Newcastle. For Wagga, Sadea Doyle averaged 29.8 points per game. She played in every single game, and I believe she will show up for the semifinal. I like Wagga. Now it's Youth Men's Division I, and the minor premiers are the Sydney Comets, and they go up against the Inner West Bulls. The Comets have a few players injured, and the Inner West Bulls are playing some good physical basketball. Should be a tough one. A good matchup between Clayton Carfino, name sounds familiar, that's my boy, and Adrian Cabrera. Both of those guys standouts for the ACS. The other semifinal is the Central Coast versus the Maitland Mustangs. The Maitland Mustangs pulled off the upset of the year in Youth Division, beating the Manly Sea Eagles. That was a big one. The hot shooting Maitland Mustangs going up against the host Central Coast. Should be a good one. I've got the Central Coast for that one. Division I Youth Women. In the first semifinal, it's Norse versus Penrith. And for Penrith, it's Ella Tulafiano with 16.2 average and Emily Potts with 15.5. I think that combination right there will be enough to get over Norse. In the other semifinal, it's the Central Coast versus Manly. And Kimberly Hodge, outstanding for the Sea Eagles, 18.2. But the minor premiers, let's go to Division II Youth Men. Hills versus Hawkesbury. And for Hills, it's Karan Fitzgerald, who averaged 15, and Jaden Prakash is always a threat from outside three-point range. And they go up against Hawkesbury's Liam Moss, who averaged 19, and at one point he was the leader in scoring in that competition. But I'm going to go with the Hills Hornets. In the other semi, it's the Central Coast Waves versus St. George. The Waves have only lost 1 game all year long, and I think that momentum going into the playoffs will be enough to get St. George. Well, that's it for the semifinals. Best of luck to all those players that will be competing in the Central Coast on the weekend. I'd like to leave you with this thought. It ain't bragging if you can back it up. See you next time.